New men for the new year. Do you want to be a new you? Be the new you this year. Marty wants to be a new him. Marty wants to be a new Marty for this year. 2023 should bring a new Marty. You know what I'm saying? With a new year is new opportunities. Okay? Marty says it every year. This year, I'm going to be a new man. Marty prepares himself to be a new man and to emerge out of the year as a kind of new person. It hasn't happened yet. Year after year after year, you feel like, oh, maybe I should be different now. But sometimes you emerge out of the year and you go, oh, nothing has changed. I'm still the same Marty I've always been. Maybe you want to strive to be a new man for the new year. I know a lot of you men out there may be putting out the Marty signal, right? You know, sometimes they have the bat signal, but the Marty signal is for you men out there who are looking for change. Oh no, I need a Marty in my life. So you shine the Marty signal up, and Marty sees you, okay? Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear antique glasses, and Marty's one of them because, you know, these were my grandmother's glasses, and Marty is trying to continue on. He wants to honor his grandmother by wearing these glasses, okay? You know, Marty was named after Martha. My parents wanted to name me. They thought Marty was going to be a Martha when I was born, but, you know, much to their chagrin, I was a Marty. Martin, and not a Martha. And so Marty honors his grandmother by carrying on her name in its male iteration, okay? Marty is proud of that. Marty is proud and feels honored by that. Now Marty wears these glasses that were passed down to him from his grandmother in order to be the eyes of his grandmother. So now everything that Marty sees, Martha sees as well, even though she's passed. Welcome to another Marty's Minute Meditations. I'm Marty, and this is our space, men. This is our space to become new men, to investigate who we are, to talk about who we want to be, and not be afraid of judgment. There could be a lot of judgment out there for men who want to change, who want to be better men. Maybe we want to be more sensitive. You know, maybe we want to, start taking classes in pottery or visual arts, and we get made fun of for that, right? And that's not what a real man would do. But if that's what you want in your life, Marty's here to tell you that's okay. You're a man either way. Now, before we get into it, Marty wants to remind you to like this video, subscribe to Marty's channel, hit that notification bell so you know when Marty releases new content. Also, if you like Marty's meditations, become a monthly donor on Patreon. You could also make a one-time donation on Marty's PayPal account or his Buy Me a Coffee account. Any support you can give helps Marty to spread the word of men. Now, let's get going. It's the new year, men. That's right. Maybe some of you are going, oh no, it's the new year. I feel the pressure to become a new man. What resolutions am I going to make? Does this year have to end on a bad note? Right? Do I have to start it all over again? Maybe some of you men already have some resolutions. Maybe some of you men out there already know the kind of men you want to be going into this new year. You want to emerge out of a cocoon, a beautiful butterfly. I'm sure a lot of you men out there are going, Marty, maybe you can come up with a more manly analogy than a butterfly, right? And in those cases, Marty has 2 points. One is, a butterfly can be manly, okay? There are male butterflies. And it's not like, those male butterflies are effeminate in any way, right? A male butterfly is going to be a male butterfly. That's just how they're going to be. And if you judge a male butterfly for having those beautiful stained glass window wings, then maybe you should, this new year, you should change how you judge insects and their genders. There are a lot of male butterflies out there that wear their beautiful wings with honor and grace, like a man should. Number 2, if you feel like that analogy is getting in the way of you becoming the true man you want to be, well then, use a more masculine image, more masculine analogy. You could emerge from the cocoon what else emerges from a cocoon? A praying mantis, maybe. That's not a good one because praying mantises chop the heads off of their male mates and then eat them. That's a little weird. What else could it be? Maybe we need to dive into our imaginations a little bit. Maybe you're a bald eagle, emerging from a cocoon. Marty understands that that's not logical, okay? But we don't have to live off of logic in our imaginations. If you want to see yourself as a bald eagle emerging from a cocoon covered in goop, in the goop of the cocoon, and you flap those wings and all that goop flies off you, and you're taking off and leaving your past self behind, then that's what you need to do. Marty wants to talk about being a new man because Marty wants to be a new man, okay? Marty looks at this new year as an opportunity. Maybe you do too, and maybe we need to see these days, these markers in our lives as opportunities. Maybe you want to change. Maybe you want to be a better man. And maybe this past year you wanted to do that too, but it didn't work out. Maybe 2022 you were like, this is my year. This is my year to make it. This is my year to become my best self as a man. And it didn't happen. Oh, I'm going to quit the corn. All you could think is maybe just a little bit of porn. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Right? Maybe just a touch, maybe just a taste. Give me just a little bit of that cinnamon sugar. Ooh, that cinnamon sugar, that sweet cinnamon sugar and that puffy. Ooh, that bite of the cloud. And I'm gonna approach a lady with confidence and bravery and fall in love. Because you want to be forward, but you don't want to be too forward. And you want to be nice, but you don't want to be too nice. And you want to be talkative, but not too talkative. Women are very unforgiving when it comes to that. If you don't hit every mark, if you don't do everything especially right, you might as well just not do it in the first place. Okay, that's Marty's thought. If you can't do it perfectly, don't do it in the first place. Now, how successful has Marty been? Well, rediscover my passions. You know, right? Maybe you had all these plans and it didn't work out. That's okay, because 2023 is a new year, okay? Marty feels that. Marty wanted to do all these things and they didn't work out. And now Marty's looking back at the year going, Marty, what did you do? You were so gung-ho about it, right? You had this confidence, you had this strength of your mind, and you went, you're gonna do this, right? 2022, it's your big year, right? You're gonna make it work, okay? You're gonna quit the corn, you're gonna approach a lady and fall in love, you're gonna finally take the time to rediscover your passions. Didn't happen, did it? No, it didn't. And you start to get angry with yourself. Marty understands. But you have to release yourself from that prison of the past, because it's all about our present. Sometimes you have to look at the present as a doorway to the future, because you want to enter the future. The whole idea is that you have a vision of your future. So you have to look at your present before it becomes your past. Because once it's become your past, you can't touch it. That's your past. That's all it is now. It's not your present anymore. And the present has soon become the future. Of course, I don't know how the future could be the past as well. How could the present be the future and the past? But the present is for discovering your future before it becomes the past. So, I mean, the present is constantly becoming the past, and you want your present to become the future, right? And so, I guess what Marty's trying to say is that don't let the past be your prison. This is what Marty's trying to say. Maybe you look back at your past. Maybe you're frustrated with yourself. Like, oh, how could I be that kind of man? Oh, I'm so ashamed of myself. I'm so filled with guilt, right? But you have to look at yourself in the past like you were a child, right? Just a child, trying to figure out the world, okay? Just a envision. Take this moment. Marty wants you to take this moment, right? This is an interactive show, right? And Marty wants you to take a moment to just envision this past year, right? Maybe you didn't do the things that you wanted to do. Maybe you failed at having the strength and energy to accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. But look at that past self, right? Maybe that past Joey, that past Donnie, that past Tommy or Timmy or Jimmy or Joey. Did I just say Joey? The past you. Look at that past you in the past year. It's almost like we have a comment section in our hearts, okay? Marty has a real comment section under his videos, and, there could be some pretty negative comments under there. And so Marty doesn't really read those comments anymore. Marty's learned to actually laugh them off, right? He just laughs those comments off. Ha 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 ha. Marty can think of a particular comment that he recently got that he's laughing off right now. It doesn't get to Marty because in 2023, Marty is going to be a stronger man and he's going to push aside those comments. Just laugh them off. So what Marty's trying to say, you have your own comment section, right? You've gone through this past year with not only people giving you comments about who you are as a man, but also you giving yourself your own comments. You know, you've typed up your own comments under your heart, and they've stopped you from being your fullest self. Maybe you're looking through your comments and, Joey, you were so stupid for doing this. Oh, Joey, you should be ashamed of doing that. A real man wouldn't do that. Marty's going to use Joey as an example, right? Not to call out all you Joeys out there. Oh, Joey, you really let your lust get in the way, right? Oh, Joey, you really let your, ego get in the way, right? But you could delete those comments. They don't need to be there forever. You don't have to be a prisoner of your past, is what Marty's trying to say. And Marty understands. Marty is ashamed of his past self. He's looked at his comments that he's written under his heart, right? And he has looked at them and he's gone, wow. Marty's been really harsh on himself this past year. 2022 was a rough year for Marty. And so look at your past self as a child that's still learning, trying to figure it out. Oh, sure, that child makes some mistakes. Oh, sure, that child spills some milk here and there. Using the old analogy, there's no crying over spilt milk. There is no crying over spilt milk. There's a whole gallon in the fridge. The gallon of milk is your potential, right? You've spilled some potential this past year, okay? But you've got a whole gallon in there. There's plenty of cows, right, to get milk from, like fresh, raw milk, okay? And Marty knows that a lot of people are afraid of raw milk. The government doesn't like raw milk, and the government and society doesn't want you to have raw milk because it would make you stronger and a freer individual, right? To suck milk straight from the cow's teats. The government wants to put a middleman, right? Multiple middlemen between you and the cow's teats. But nature's given you those teats to suck the milk straight out of. If Marty had a cow, he would suck the milk straight out of the teat. Anyway, don't cry over that spilt milk, is what Marty's trying to say. Your mama could always pour more milk. More milk, please. More milk. Mama, can I have more milk? Maybe that's what you have to say. Ask your mama, who, I guess in this analogy, you are your own mama, right? You are in charge, right? You are the parent of this child, okay? And you have to, as the adult, look at this child and go, oh my gosh, you spilt milk. That's okay, right? And your child part has to go, mama, I want more milk. Mama, I want more milk. Do you want more milk in your life? You have to focus on the today because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And Marty knows that, when he thinks about today being the most important day of his life, he thinks about, well, then if tomorrow's not coming, why not just indulge in all the, vices, right? Why not try to just engage in the casual intimacy or begin drinking every day again or indulge in all sorts of junk food, right? Why not just do that? If tomorrow's not going to come, then why should I spend today building a future? Today's going to be a yesterday and tomorrow may not show up, right? And there may be no more days. How do you get over that anxiety of a tomorrow not coming if today is your only day and every day you've really ever lived is your yesterdays? What if you have more yesterdays than you have tomorrows? That's a really scary thing to think about. Well, that makes today very important, especially if you want more tomorrows, okay? I guess what Marty's trying to say is you need to focus in on the now. So who is that new you that you want to be? Right? What is that butterfly, that bald eagle that you want to emerge from the cocoon? You have to see him. You have to hear him. You have to feel him in your presence. Sometimes, you lay in bed at night and you go, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? What is this? Right? Death is coming. Death is around the corner. Do I have another new year to become the new me? And in that case, you could really freak out. You could really have a panic attack in the middle of the night as the new year's approaching and figure out, oh my gosh, I need to change everything about myself. I need to change every single aspect about myself because I hate myself. I hate everything I become. I'm ashamed. Why did I do that thing last year? What compelled me to do that? I wanted to be a better man, and I did that thing. I fell from grace. I wasn't listening to my higher self. How do I change this? How do I be a better man? But you have to take a breath. You have to take that moment. Okay? You have to look at yourself as that child. A new man for the new year. And Marty wants to remind you, it's not that easy to just count down to your new self. Remember, it's step by step. It's one sip of milk at a time. Okay, you can't chug the milk because of, are lactose intolerant, but you don't want to vomit everywhere. A lot of people, when the New Year's happens, they try to change themselves in a week and they vomit everywhere, in a metaphorical sense. You can't count down to the new you. Who is that new man that you want to become? Because if we don't have a vision of who we want to be, how can we manifest it? Because remember, we can't just count down to the new us. It'd be great. Marty could have that vision of who he wants to be. 10, 9, 8. Really see the vision of yourself that you want to be. 7, 6, 5. What does his face look like? What energy? What dynamic does he have? 4, 3. Really see it. Really see it in your mind's eye. 2, 1, 0. Welcome to another episode of Marty's Introspection and Betterment of the Male Mind. I'm Marty, and this is our space, men. This is our space to become better men, to become the best men, to get all the ladies, to get all the money, to become high-value men, to become the best men. For you men who want to be less than the best, then get out of here like the rest. Marty's only here for the men who want to be their best selves. If you don't want to be your best self, then get out of here. Marty doesn't have time for you, kicking you to the curb. Marty doesn't love you. You have to earn Marty's respect. So when you enter this space, you better take your shoes off and get your mind right. All right? Shut up. Stop it. No one cares about what you have to say. Stay in the corner. Don't make a sound. Now, let's get into this episode of Marty's Introspection and Betterment of the Male Mind.